welcome back to Midday with the Raj. This is Midday with the Raj Part 8, live from Holyoke Community College, 103.5's Best in Variety, back with Pat and Al.
Let's go.
Tomorrow is MLB opening day. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about today, but, I thought I would just mention that we're now not 24 hours anymore. We're less than that from the first MLB games taking place.
Thank God.
Yeah, well, I mean, it took a little bit of time, and, in a few weeks' time, too, we have the NFL Draft plus WrestleMania. So, we got some exciting events going on in the coming weeks. But, no, I'm excited. I'll definitely leave that for last because that's going to be the last topic, which it should because if it's opening day, I've got to save the best for last, obviously.
There we go.
Well, welcome back, Pat. I know we had a few guests on, so I'm glad that you're back. I appreciate you letting me have Ian and Amanda on the last couple weeks. That's been fun.
Yeah, that's been great. Yeah, shout out Ian.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, shout out Ian indeed. It definitely.
Ian did a great job.
He did an amazing job during break last week. So, shout out Ian. Shout out Amanda. Thank you guys for coming on. Definitely before the end of the semester, I would love to have you guys both back on. You're always you're always welcome to come back on anytime you want. Just email us and let us know, or just come tell us. We're right here. So, But, yeah, no, it was great. 2 great shows, especially the last week's show was really fun. Getting into the whole Seattle sports thing, into his background, too.
That was cool.
That was great. So
maybe we'll have the reunion special, like the last week or something. Bring on everyone who came on this year.
That'd be, yeah, you know what? That'd actually be really cool. I wish we had, like, a bigger, like, we do, though. We do have a bigger room, actually, to do that if we wanted to.
We'll sing, like, We Are the World or something.
Something, just
okay,
to, wrap, but yeah, just definitely something to reconsider.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of fun. I did enjoy having both of them on. I think they knew a little bit about sports too, which was fun. Just to get into the topic in conversation, but
for sure.
But to the script today. But again, thank you. To get to the script today, I was gonna start off a little easy with the NHL. I know the Bruins are really not playing that well. I think my friend just told me he's just about done with them.
Boo.
There are 30 and 33 and 9. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, they stink.
3 games under 500, and he's like, yeah, I'm just about done. He said, I pretty much hope they lose the rest of their games the rest of the year is what he said. And I was like, all right,
it's over.
Heard it from him first, but. Yeah, it looks like they're having a really bad stretch. So, but no, I thought I would just get that over with and just mention them, see what they do in the off seasons. Obviously a lot of their players obviously left. So, I think they have some work to do for sure once the NHL season ends, but
yep.
Nothing that can't be fixed though.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
I mean, you could also rebuild. I mean, not necessarily rebuild, but get some I don't know, maybe a little more veteran players, maybe, Pat?
Yep, some leadership.
Maybe bring up some youngins from the AHL, or what is it? That's the league.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
The league. It's a AAA hockey. That's the league. I forgot what the name of it is.
Yeah, the Providence Bruins.
Yeah, Providence Bruins. Maybe bring up some guys from there, too, maybe.
It's not a bad idea.
Give them some playing time. I mean, why not?
Yeah, they're going nowhere this year.
If it continues to be like this, it's not hurting anything. It's just adding a couple other extra roster spots. So, to be honest, I mean, nothing that's going to kill you either.
Yeah, they got to shake it up or do something. It's not working out.
Well, I mean, that's what the offseason's there for. I know that you're probably like, well, you say that now, but everybody on our team is basically gone.
Yeah.
Yes, most of your players are gone. But,
that'll do it.
I mean, doesn't mean you can't fix it. You
Yep.
can go out and sign some players, too. There's no law that says, oh, we just have to stay with the same roster next year. No.
No complacency. Strive for greatness.
But yeah, absolutely. But I don't really know that much about hockey, but obviously you can go back. I mean, if I had one of my friends here, maybe that'd be a little bit different. Like he would give me a whole, Bruins, like I don't want to say hot take, but yeah, pretty much of a hot take. Like, what should they do next year? What's the scheme? What's the plan? So, but no, nothing that can't be fixed.
Just got to keep getting pucks in deep.
Yeah, I thought I would just start the show off with it. I know you don't really know that much about it, Pat, but do you have any suggestions of what do you think the Bruins should do in the upcoming offseason? Or are you just like,
Well, I like what you were saying there, Big Al, where, they're going nowhere this year. We were kind of trying to keep the hope the last few weeks.
Last few weeks on the show, we've tried to stay positive about it, but then we looked at it and we're like...
it's over.
Yeah.
So why not? Throw anything against the wall here. Bring up some guys from Providence. Shake up the roster. Maybe sit some guys down, send a message. Do whatever you got to do, but come on. It ain't working out.
I mean, we'll just have to see what happens.
Regroup in the offseason. Rest and regroup.
Yeah, it's not really looking pleasing for the rest of the year, so...
Simple as.
But yeah, like Pat said, we did try to stay positive for the last, I would say, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We've tried to stay positive about it. I mean, then I looked the other day and they're 3 games under, and I was like...
And fading fast.
Fading fast, too, so, I mean... It's not really looking pleasing, but yeah, like Pat said, I mean, they could bring up maybe, or like I said, or Pat said, they could bring up some players from AAA hockey. I think it's the AHL. That's the name of it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
AHL, like it's what is it, American Hockey League or something like that?
Yeah.
But they could bring some players up, see how that goes.
Yeah, give some guys a shot. Why not?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and especially if it continues to downfall like this, it's not like you really have anything left to prove, pretty much.
It's not a championship team.
I mean,
and that's what you're trying to be.
I mean, give guys shots that are young. You see what they can do. That's what I would do.
Yep.
And then progress that over the upcoming years, of course. But no, I just start off the show with that. I think me and Pat covered what we needed to cover about the Bruins. Because I know I usually save that for like later in the show, but I was like, no, let's just get it going because. The NFL. If you want to move on to the NFL.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Patriots news. If you want to mention some Patriots news, I heard you guys got a former wide receiver. From the Texans.
I think I saw that. I think it's Stephon Diggs, right?
Diggs. Yeah, yes, I have it right in front of me.
Honestly, that's a great pickup.
3-year, 65, and then 36 guaranteed.
I think that's a great deal for the Pats and for Diggs. Not a bad deal for him either.
Yeah, and the question is, what do you think about that? I think that they kind of nailed it on the coffin there by getting Stephon Diggs. I mean, I know he's older and stuff like that, but, I mean...
Well, he's a proven guy.
Not that bad of a deal either. I mean, I know the $65 million is like, wow, a little bit, but, like, really not that bad.
No, when a guy comes in and he's a high performer and he does the work, you really ought to award them with a nice new contract with more money.
Probably their number 1 receiver, so
yep.
I would say. I mean, to help with DeMario Douglas too, Keyshawn Boutte too. So adds a little help there too. And then of course with the draft in a few weeks, I mean, could Travis Hunter fall to number 4 like you said last week? I mean,
oh my gosh, then they'll be loaded. Drake May is going to have some options.
Drake May's going to have some weapons if Travis Hunter falls to number 4. The more I think
I got my
about
fingers
that,
crossed.
The more I think about that too, I'm being honest. I mean, because now adding that piece to Stephon Diggs, just like I said, to help out a little more too. But I mean, if that happens too, and he falls to number 4, your wide receiver core is going to be loaded. I mean, it technically kind of already is, but like, I mean, if you get him too, plus a cornerback too, like that's insane, dude.
They're going to be moving and shaking.
Him and Christian Gonzalez together too, bro. I mean and Christian Gonzalez is an amazing cornerback too. And this is like his 2nd or 3rd year or something like that. And he's already my friend already thinks he's like the best in the league. And stats wise, it's actually kind of shown to be true. Actually, he said last year he was amazing too. So I mean, imagine adding him and Christian Gonzalez together. At least Pats wise, bad. I mean. I don't know. Now, I mean, what do you think, Pat? What do you think? I mean, you think that might be, he drops to 4, and then, we'll see what happens with the first 3 picks?
You're getting me excited here because, you get 2 guys like that.
I'm not even a Pats fan. I'm a Giants fan. I'm just saying for your perspective. I mean, when I saw the deal yesterday, I was like, wow. I mean, they kind of went out there, and they because remember, he visited with them a few days ago, too.
Yep.
They had a meeting and all that, and,
They were giving him the nice salmon lunch.
Maybe I wouldn't know. I just know that he was there for a while though in their facility. But no, yep. What are you thinking? You think Hunter falls to 4?
I think he falls to 4. I think the Pats take him at 4, and then they just cause havoc on the NFL. Because even if a team has a lockdown corner, sometimes a team will have a really good corner. But what are you going to do? You're going to have to throw it on Diggs. And then you're making all these opportunities for Travis Hunter. Or if you want to do the other way around, you got your guy on Hunter, more opportunities for Diggs. You got like the two-headed dragon in there. Bam. Pats might take the division. Why not? Okay,
I mean,
maybe wild card.
Either way, I feel like that, adding that piece, but I feel like when they added Stephon Diggs yesterday too, I think that this year they could make a splash and get back to the postseason.
I don't think that's crazy.
It's really not, though.
No one's really running away with. I guess the Bills are kind of like the leader in the AFC East now.
I guess.
But the Dolphins and the Jets, they're both kind of like,
Jets are going to be a mess. I think Justin Fields is. I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be a mess for.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking too hopeful over there.
No, not
Miami,
really.
It's just Tua can't stay healthy.
Miami's Miami, and Tua's just the guy that I feel
bad
like
for
can
him.
never stay healthy and has had like so many concussions. In his
Honestly,
career,
that's like
too.
really scary.
That's the
getting those
other thing
concussions.
too. I think he's had like
Dangerous
like
league.
3 or 4 concussions and he's still playing in the league. Kudos to you if you want to keep playing, but personally, your health matters a lot more than you just playing in a sport.
No, literally, he's got to be careful. He's gonna have mashed potatoes for brains.
What if it happens again? What if this upcoming year that happens to him again?
No, it's no joke.
Because I think it's been at least 3 or 4. Or maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, but it's in that ballpark. I feel like if that happens to him again,
hang it up, man. Go into broadcasting. Safer in the booth.
Yeah, way more important than just keep putting yourself through that again. You don't want to go through that again. And after a few of them, I think that's when you're just like, I don't think that's the right move.
There can be real, serious, long-lasting effects.
Yes, and they
concussion. Tell the truth.
Very traumatizing too.
Yeah.
Because if you get concussions, it's gonna be terrible no matter what. But if it happens multiple times, that's a sign where you do what you want, but that's a sign where you should throw it in.
Well, every time you get a concussion, Big Al, I don't know if you knew this, it makes it more likely for you to get another concussion. So it gets progressively worse. So he's really got to be careful,
We were
honestly.
in high school, too, and they still do it today.
No joke.
We do the concussion impact test protocol.
Good.
Which before you'd start the season, you'd have to do it. And if you didn't you'd have to continue to do it if you didn't pass it. So,
back in the day, people were very ignorant about that stuff and head injuries. They used to call it getting your bell rung. Even kind of early in my career. They would still say that, but that is not true.
That stuff
serious.
is very, very serious.
That's old school football guys.
It's not something to joke about.
Old school football guys stuck in their ways. Well, guess what? Wake up, folks. We have a little something called science. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, that's definitely one thing.
Anyways.
Too. But no, off the whole, Pats made a pretty big move yesterday. So off that, the Giants ended up. I don't know if you saw this. The Giants got Russell Wilson.
Oh, I did not see that.
You know what? This kind of shocked me a little bit yesterday because a few days ago they got Jameis Winston.
Oh, that is. Oh, maybe so. It's a little competition.
It could be, but part of me still thinks the Giants are still in for a quarterback. I know this sounds
really
weird.
after those two.
Weird. Yeah, Russell Wilson's deal was to the New York Giants was 1 year, $21 million, $10.5 million guaranteed.
Oh, so you got to think they're taking him, though, no?
And was $8 million for 2 years or something like that. Yeah. But back to the point. Now they have Jameis and they have Wilson. So I'm just what does this even mean now? Are the Giants... It still says the Giants are still connected. It's because Adam Schefter reported this yesterday. They're still connected to getting a quarterback like Shadur Sanders or something, or Cam Ward or something like that. They're still in connections with
Really?
That. But you know what's going to be weird?
I don't know.
You know what's going to be weird, though? I heard they're still in for a QB, though. We're not out of it. I know that a bunch of places like FanDuel and stuff like that are saying Travis Hunter's favored now to go to the Giants at number 3. That doesn't mean anything, obviously, till the draft. But what I'm saying is that we're still connected to a QB. We still might take a QB. But now I'm questioning, and I'm we get Jameis a few days ago, and now we have Wilson getting him yesterday. So I'm what does this mean?
I got to say, Al,
what does this mean?
I don't know.
Now?
That kind of strikes me as they're punting the season away, taking a year flyer on Wilson. But wouldn't you rather build a guy? What Wilson is. He's fading out.
They're still. I still think they're gonna get a quarterback. I don't know. I still think they're gonna get a QB. Definitely. That doesn't not flow my mind. I know that they probably will. The thing is, though, they have Wilson and they have Jameis now. And then, I mean, DeVito would obviously be the third string for now and to see what happens after the draft.
They might even cut him.
I think they just re-signed him back to their active roster like a few weeks ago.
Oh.
I don't know if that...
That's a little strange, though. I don't know why they would sign that many QBs.
I'm not complaining. I'd much rather have these two guys than Aaron Rodgers.
No, you don't want him. Sorry,
respectfully, and obviously now that we have those two guys, Rodgers is out of the equation. We're not getting Aaron Rodgers. That's even when we got Winston, he was. I don't want to say he was out of the equation, but we weren't gonna get him. And then last night, my phone gets blown up. I'm like, what is going on, dude? And then I open my phone for like 2 seconds, and Russell Wilson to the New York Giants, and I'm like, that's interesting because we just got Jameis the other day. So I'm like, now we got two veteran quarterbacks. I'm not complaining about it.
Just seems like a placeholder.
I'm not complaining at all. I'm just like, what are we gonna do now? I mean, are we still in on a QB, or like, what's the plan? Like, I mean, but I feel like Daboll and Schoen in our front office were like getting a couple veteran quarterbacks. But if that happens, and then we get a quarterback in the draft, those two are there to help him, obviously. My thing is, though, now that we have two veteran quarterbacks, what does that mean? Like, I don't even... personally, I don't even know. I don't know what's
going on. It's odd, Big Al.
It's gonna be... It's cool, though. It's cool because, you know...
Hey, neither of those guys are bums, though.
No, they're not. Right. I'd prefer both of them over Aaron Rodgers any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. Aaron Rodgers 100%. On that ayahuasca.
Personally, my thing is I think Aaron Rodgers should just retire. I mean, I think he's trying to pull one of those things where he could play to, like, he's going to, like, pull a Brady, play till he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, part of me just think, I mean, he's 40. He's not the same guy. He's washed. And he's also weird, too. I mean, I'm not going to mention any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But Jameis is weird in a good way, and so is Russell. Rodgers is the exact opposite of any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not, and if we ever, and now obviously not, that's not going to happen. But like, I'm glad that we obviously didn't get Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
No,
but
he should go to a contender too at this point in his career.
I mean,
otherwise it's a
unless
waste.
If he has like a breakout season wherever he goes, like my thing is now is Russell Wilson's gone, so the Steelers have Mason Rudolph. My thing is he going to go to Pittsburgh now? He had a really long meeting with them.
That's not crazy.
I don't exactly know what his plan is. But
if I'm Rodgers, I'm not going anywhere with a bum team. It's like you might only have a year or two left.
You either go to a contender,
you got to try to win a championship.
You're not going anywhere at all, dude.
Or retire.
I mean, obviously the Jets thing obviously didn't work. So, no. I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, personally, I just think he should go. But
yeah, me too.
He doesn't really have anything more to prove anyways.
No, seriously.
He's 40.
He got a Super Bowl, too.
Here's the thing. He did. If he goes, he's also won MVPs, too, obviously. But back to the point.
True.
Like, if he goes to a team and has a horrible season, like, just to name it, say he goes to Pittsburgh, because now they have Mason Rudolph, and that's the only guy they have because Russell Wilson's gone.
Yep.
And I thought, personally, there wasn't a shot that Russell Wilson went to the Giants. No freaking way. Because I thought Pittsburgh, me and my boys said this the other day. I'm like, there's no way Pittsburgh lets him go. Because the only quarterback they have is Mason Rudolph right now, and he's not the answer.
No.
So,
bum.
And then I'm like, there's no way. Next day, next day, he's on the Giants.
Yep.
So I'm like, what? So I'm just thinking to myself, 4 days before this, we get Jameis Winston to a pretty decent deal for 2 years. Then 3 days later, we get Russell Wilson. So I'm like,
something is not adding up, Al.
I mean, it is in a good way, though. We have two veteran quarterbacks now. But the thing is, if we don't get a QB in the draft, who would start? Part of me thinks probably would be Russell Wilson.
Just to give him more money,
and Jameis
right?
would be the backup. That's what I would think if we don't get a QB. But I still think we're still in for a QB. There's a bunch of sources that have been saying that. So, but like at number 3, unless if at number 3 we don't get a QB and say Travis Hunter comes to us and we get a quarterback in the second round like Jackson Dart or sadly I would say this Jalen Milroe from Alabama. or someone like that.
Some options.
There is some options, but like interesting few decisions by the Giants the last like 3 or 4 days.
Definitely.
Sure. They're good decisions though. They're not. It's not like I'm like, oh wow, we don't. These are bad moves. They're not.
Yeah. This is the real fans' perspective.
They're good moves. They're not terrible moves. They're good veteran quarterbacks too.
Yeah, it's something to fall back on. At least you got someone back there that
it just
can handle
begs
the
the
rock.
question of what's going to happen now in the draft in like 2 weeks.
True.
Because I don't know. I still think deep down we're in for a QB. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying, what are we going to do now? Because you got 2 of those guys on the same team. But say if that plan doesn't work and we don't go with a QB, who's starting this year week 1 for the Giants? That's the thing. But I still think we're in on it. I still think we're going to get a quarterback. I could be wrong, but I still think that that's still like the number 1 option right now. I know that's good that we got 2 veteran quarterbacks, which is cool. Russell Wilson, I wasn't expecting. I thought that he was getting re-signed definitely by Pittsburgh and that he was going to get a pretty decent contract, but I was wrong. So if that's what really happens, I think Rodgers, I think that his 2 teams would be, Pittsburgh and Minnesota now? Obviously not the Giants. Giants are out of it.
Nope.
No, he ain't going there.
Nope.
So you're not going to carry 3 veteran quarterbacks. What's... No.
No.
But, I
It'd
would
be
say...
like that nursing home at the Giants facility.
You're not wrong, though.
Jeez.
But I think that he should either retire or go to Pittsburgh or Minnesota and give it a shot. If he plays not great, then I just think you should throw the towel. Personally, I just think you should just throw in the towel. I don't know about you.
No, I kind of agree. You've done everything you can. You've nothing to prove.
He's had his time, in his career. He's done his thing. He's done his ish. I mean, It's not really much more for him to do. So, unless if, of course, he goes out there and performs really well and then keeps playing on until he doesn't have anything left in the tank, which is what a friend told me the other day. I said, that's possible, but, it's not probable either. So, But there's a lot of questions. I thought I would mention that. The draft's in about, it's going to be April 1st, next Tuesday. So, yeah, about 18 days away.
Wow, yeah, that's coming right up.
Well, not yet 18 days, but once April 1st hits, it's 18 days away. So we're getting close. I just feel like this year so far is just flying by. Now that the MLB season, of course, I'll talk last about.
I know.
Is going to be happening tomorrow.
Yay.
And then, NBA and NHL. And then before you know it, we'll be in the middle of summer and training camp starting for the NFL or something like that. It's just, I feel like this year already, because we're already about to be in April next week. It's flying by like that.
It's like that Pink Floyd song, Time.
I don't think I've heard that before.
And then one day you'll find 10 years have gone behind you.
I know Pink Floyd, though, but I don't think I've heard...
Cheerio.
I think the one song I know of them is Smoke in the Deep Water.
Oh.
No, that's Deep Purple.
That's
not Pink Floyd. That's Deep Purple.
Same vibe.
Yeah, whatever, same-ish. But no, Pat, before I go to my first break, anything else on New England?
No, I think that's all I got for now. Much to think about, as always. Lots to keep an eye on. I hope Travis Hunter falls before.
The next few weeks, yeah, that'd be insane. At least for your guys' perspective. The next few weeks are going to be interesting. So I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see maybe, it's going to be surprising. It's going to be cool. So, let's just look out and get ready for it. But, hey, I'm going to take my first break. I think I'll take my 2 of my songs before I go on the break.
Yeah, what do we got?
We got Don't Stop Believing. I think it's by Journey. Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay.
Let's go.
All the Stars clean version by SZA and Kendrick Lamar.
Better be.
It is, because explicit means not clean. So
okay.
It's a clean version.
All right.
And the last one is You Give Love a Bad Name, which is a classic.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's go. Rock and roll, baby.
We'll be back in, 5?
Yeah, in a few.
Yeah.
2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back.
Peace.
Welcome back to Midday with the Raj with Al and Pat live from 103.5 WCCH, the best in variety.
Woo.
We're back with a little bit of PSAs before we go back to the script. Those first two songs were Adventures of a Lifetime by Coldplay and Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Two bangers. And the last two songs before we go to the PSA will be All the Stars by SZA and Kendrick, clean version, and You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
So
Rock and roll.
Yes,
Woo!
definitely 4 good songs. Are you or someone in your life looking to expand your knowledge of computers? Do you have a tablet or laptop that is manufacturing, or are you looking to jumpstart a career in IT? Well, Tech Foundry's Hubby's the place for you. The Tech Hub currently has 2 locations. One is open at Holyoke Community College, Picnically Adult and Family Education Center at 206 Maple Street in downtown Holyoke. The other is located in downtown Springfield, Mass. at 1350 Main Suite, 500 hours, or Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For digital device support and digital literacy classes, Mondays are open from 10 a.m. to 5 by appointment only. All services at the Tech Hub and are free. To learn more and sign up for classes or technical support, visit techhubmass.net. In this increasingly digital world, it is important to have the technology skills and knowledge to thrive. Visit Tech Foundry's Tech Hub located in HCC's Picnically Adult and Family Education Center on 206 Maple Street in downtown Holyoke, and the Springfield location located at 1315 Suite 500. That Gov team is available Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 6. That's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and from 10 a.m. to 6. For digital device support and digital literacy classes, Mondays are open from 10 to 5. Mondays are open from 10 to 5 by appointment only. These classes offer the opportunity to learn about a variety of digital topics, including Internet Basics, Google Workspace, and Zoom, just to name a few. The best part, the services are 100% free. To see the training schedule, sign up for classes, or to schedule a technical support appointment, please visit techhubmass.net.
Shout out Tech Hub. Shout out William Medina III. Came by, a couple weeks ago for an interview here. You want to check that out, you can check out the WCCH SoundCloud, 1035 WCCH. Bam. Wham bam.
Do you know a lot about it or just very little?
I don't know too much about it, but from what William was telling me, there's just a lot of good resources there. And they do this thing, I know it's an 18-week program, and they give you a lot of training, on-the-job training about IT stuff. So I might have to check it out. You never know. Need backup plans in life.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
You can't always have only one support system. You got to have multiple.
No, the winds of change are blowing, Al.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
And
sadly.
Yeah, well, got to do what you got to do, right?
Straight up.
So
back to the script.
It is, 1:38. So we got about 22 minutes. We'll probably take one last break after all this, because that'll be the wrap up with the
yeah.
and all that.
Good call.
Yeah, for sure. NBA, Golden State lost to the Heat last night. Not really a pleasant, performance. We came back a little bit, but Steph didn't play. I feel like every other day we just give him rest. So, what are you going to do? I just wish we could play him more consistently. I guess a guy needs his rest here and there, but I'd like to see him play, a couple days in a row.
Not me. No days off. I don't get any load management. Anyways.
I'd like to, but no, Heat got the dub against the Warriors. That was Jimmy Butler's return back to Miami. So, he had a little warm welcome, but kind of mixed opinions. Both crowds were really booing. So
yeah.
Celtics take on the Suns tonight at 10 p.m. on ESPN. Celtics playing well like they've been playing all year. So
yeah, real solid team.
What do you think? A dub tonight, Pat?
Easy dub. Quick cash. Might even have to check out the old DraftKings line. What?
Well, Pat's already predicting a W tonight. You think? I
Might throw 50
Jason
on
Tatum
it.
is doubtful for the game, is what I've heard.
Oh, I did see that. That's a real bummer. Hopefully he's back on the mend.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. But I don't know about tonight, though. It seems like...
no, let him sit. My God.
Maybe might not play it tonight.
We need him 100% for the playoffs.
Oh, I think he'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
But no, we got Celtics Suns tonight. Golden State doesn't play tonight. They have an off night. So on the back, we got the stand-ins. Of course, I always like to do the, stand-ins for the Eastern and Western Conference.
Okay.
So we got Cleveland at 57 and 19. We got Boston at 53 and 19. The Knicks 49 and 28. Indiana at Indiana at 42-29. We got Milwaukee at 40-31.
Coming up there.
A little bit. Detroit 40-32, and the last team I see is right down here. What do we got? Yeah, that's what I got for the Eastern Conference down there too. So as of right now, teams are up there, not up there, stuff like that.
Yep.
We still got a few more. Obviously, at the middle of April, so I think it's like, what is it? April 19th is like the last game of the season. So we got.
Oh wow, it's kind of coming up
5
fast.
weeks before we start postseason basketball. So yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it feels like the All-Star break was
yeah,
yesterday.
no,
oh my God.
No, literally.
Time is moving fast.
It is moving pretty fast, and yes, we are getting close to the NBA playoffs getting started. So yeah, I know. I feel like it's really going quick too.
I'm almost 25, Al. What the heck? Quarter of my life over.
What does that have to do?
If I even make it to 100, I don't know. Non sequitur. I'm having a crisis on air.
What does that have to do with the NBA season kind of picking up the pace?
I don't know. Anywho, wait, I got a story, Al. Can I share the story?
Yeah, sure.
All right, yeah. Big news out of the wrestling world the last couple of days. Oklahoma State's Wyatt Hendrickson upset gold medalist. So he was just in the Olympics, took home the gold. Gabe Stevenson, 5'4" in the heavyweight final. It's honestly, it was straight out of a movie, and it was a pretty big news story in the sports world if I was seeing it. So, yeah, he trailed pretty much the entire match and then scored a takedown in the final minute. And just to kind of highlight how big of an upset this was, the former gold medalist Gabe Stevenson was on a 70-match win streak heading into this one. So,
what a story.
Huge, really cool story. So, shout out Wyatt Hendrickson for pulling off the upset. Woo! Yeah.
Thanks for all of you listeners.
We like the underdogs around here. We like Rocky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for all you listening, it's 103.5 WCCH with Pat now, but Pat on the break ended up mentioning that to me, and to be honest, I wouldn't have mentioned it if Pat didn't tell me that, because A, I didn't even know anything about it, and B, that's very interesting, and C, we do love underdog stories on here.
Yep, straight up. Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Actually,
that was my impression of Al Michaels.
100%. Definitely interested, but amazing accomplishment.
Yeah,
and
really cool.
Quite a story, for sure. And someone that was, what was his record again?
I don't know his exact record, but he was on a 70-match win streak, which is just insane. That's like, I think it was like a 2-year-long win streek.
That's insane.
And he scored the takedown in the final minute. You couldn't even write a script better than that. They'd call it cheesy.
Well, in my opinion, that ain't cheesy.
No.
That's just him taking care of business.
For sure. Very cool.
Oh, amazing accomplishment. Amazing thing for his career. Probably the biggest moment. Obviously, I would say biggest moment of his career.
Definitely. So, yeah, there we go.
But, yeah, absolutely. And congratulations to Hendrickson.
Yep.
What's his name? Yeah, shout out Hendrickson.
Woo.
100%.
I'd still take him down, though.
I mean, I can't help you with that. But
maybe not.
But no, definitely something worth sharing, though. And quite an accomplishment for Hendrickson. And you said there was some other guy that also did something, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to make him feel too bad. Shout out Gabe Stevenson, too. He's had a pretty cool career.
Oh, cool.
But, everyone likes to see the top dog fall, including me. So, loser.
You heard it from Pat for 100%. So, back to the Western Conference. I know I just finished the Eastern Conference. We got OKC at 59-12. We got Houston 46-26. Denver at 45-28. The Lakers at 43-28. Memphis 43-28. Golden State 41-31 after the loss last night. The Clippers 40-31. Memphis, Minnesota 41-32, and the Kings at 35. I believe it's either 35-37 or 36-38. But no, definitely we're getting close to when they start the whole playoff stuff. So I don't know, Pat. I mean, only 3 weeks, 4 weeks. A lot of events are going to pick up, especially in that time frame. 100%.
Yep.
It's definitely a bunch of exciting events with obviously the NBA. The playoffs are going to start soon. The NHL hockey playoffs are also fun to watch too. So
Yeah, I love the playoffs.
100%. It's definitely.
Bandwagon LaBelle will start tuning in again and act like I watched all year. It's my favorite pastime.
What, the hockey?
And basketball. But I do like the playoffs. It's great.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely fun.
Just win, baby, win. Woo.
But what else do we got? I know. Oh, MLB opening day, obviously.
Yeah. We got to get to that.
Tomorrow, because what is it? 1:45. Oh yeah, we do got to get to that because.
Play ball.
Unless you got one more thing before we go to that with the NBA.
No, that's all I got.
What do you think the score of the Celtics game is going to be tonight?
I'm going to say 113 to 89. Blowout win for the C's.
Celtics win by 14.
Yep.
All right. Actually, no. That's more than 14.
Take them with the points, folks.
Yeah, that's more than 14. I don't know where I got 14 from.
I looked into my crystal ball. Take them with the points.
All right. Well, you heard it from Pat. I think that the Celtics end up winning by double digits. They end up winning by 10 tonight.
All right. Money line too.
I'll go with 110 to 100 for the Celtics game tonight.
All right.
All right. Well, now it's time for everybody's, and I feel like, this should be like, I don't know if it should really be, I think this should be like a national holiday a little bit, MLB opening day is tomorrow. The 2025 season is kicking off. I feel like before I've mentioned like games and stuff like that, a friend of mine came up with a good idea about who do you think is going to be like very shocking player this year or have like a great season or like someone you're not like expecting or something like that, as we're getting into the season starting tomorrow. And that's honestly a pretty good question, honestly. Now that we're at this season with the MLB and we're getting started tomorrow, I think that for like, players that's going to have like a great season, I think one of them's on your team, Cedar Rafaela. Like, he can play a bunch of positions, but he's playing center and stuff. But I think he's going to have a great season. And, put up some pretty good numbers, too. And, also, and I know this isn't unexpected. This is expected. I think Alex Bregman's going to have an insane year for the Red Sox, though.
Me too.
For sure. But, I don't know, Pat. What do you think? What do you think is going to, like, really have a breakout year that you might not be, like, really expecting? Honestly.
I'm not really sure. I don't know too many of the sleeper picks for the Sox. Bregman would be a cool one to watch, though.
Yeah, but I think, of course, obviously, Devers, too.
Oh, true.
I feel like...
He's always solid.
Yeah, and, having him be the... having him be, there, too. And, I feel like, he'll have a good... Devers is always Devers. He'll have a good season. So, but, breakout players, I don't really know, but I would like to see, for the Yankees side of it, that's a good question. Honestly, Pat, I don't exactly really know, but to be real with you, I mean, anything could happen at any time, especially with the MLB season. So I don't know, like anyone could break out at any given moment.
Yep.
So I don't really know how to like answer that question a little bit, but I'm excited for the season though. I don't know about you, but it should be fun. We're getting kicked off tomorrow, so. But,
yeah. I will say I was just talking to someone earlier about how, even if you're not a huge baseball fan, the opening day is always kind of like
just kick back and
a real
relax,
signifier of the spring is here, which is really cool. Yay.
Yeah, definitely. And just.
I'm so glad the spring has sprung.
What I was gonna say was,
to be released soon.
Kick back and relax.
Yep.
Get ready for 162 games. So longest season in sports. I think Pat gave me his hot take a few weeks ago. He thinks the Sox are taking the division.
They're taking the division. They might take the whole dang thing.
You heard it from here first.
Yep.
Pat's trying to, he's giving you his take.
That's my hot take. Bam.
He's giving you his take right now.
Yep.
For sure. If you're listening on 103.5, you hear it from Patrick LaBelle himself. He thinks that they're going to take the division, and it could be them taking the series, too, is what he just said to me.
Why not? Dream big.
But,
Shoot for the moon.
It's open. The division's definitely open this year. So, but one of my friends said that I think it's going to be one of those years where it's going to be back and forth with the Red Sox and Yankees. And I said, I don't know. We'll have to see. You think it might be 2018 all over again?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, honestly, I don't know. I mean, if the Yankees could stay healthy and they weren't down 4 or 5 players already and a few pitchers already, like, I don't know. I mean, I know that's, but like healthy is important too. You gotta stay healthy. So.
Yep.
But I'm interested to see how the season goes, though. It should be good. But for games tomorrow, if I want to, mention the games, Pat just gave you his take. I mean, I think the Yankees they'll be back. They'll be in the postseason, but I don't know if they're gonna be, like, because losing Garrett Cole was like immediately like obnoxiously like huge. Like, we lost our $40 million ace for the whole year of 2025 and a little bit of 2026. May I add that too? So I don't know. I mean, I just feel like with the Yankees now, it's just staying healthy, obviously, and all that. They're already down a few players already, so we're gonna have to see how it plays out. I know that Luis Gil and Stanton's supposed to be back on Memorial Day. That's what I heard. At least that's what I heard from MLB like insiders and stuff like that. I know that Luis Gil and those guys are supposed to be back in July, but we're down a few pitchers too, so we might have to bring a few guys up. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hopefully it'll be a good season. Obviously I'm not really a big fan with the whole injury stuff so far, but that's part of the gig. I feel like with Giancarlo Stanton, it's every year where he like goes down. So, but kind of been used to that ever since 2018, since we got him. So,
yeah.
But it is what it is. Pat, do you think that this year we could see? You think like this year we could see some like wild things happen? There's always some wild stuff that happens with the MLB. Especially in a 162 game season, we see.
Oh yeah, you're bound to see something.
Could be some surprising teams that you might not even be expecting, like be where they're at. So, but
yeah.
I mean, you could see in July, like the Green Monster at Fenway, like Sox, Yankees, Orioles. Like I think Tampa's gonna have a tough year, to be honest. But Toronto, those two teams are always scrappy. But I honestly think that Tampa. They're gonna have a really rough season, but I don't know. It should be fun.
Yep. Lots to keep an eye on. Opening day. Let's go.
Opening day tomorrow, March 27, 2025. I'll get to the games right now. We got Milwaukee Brewers at the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium tomorrow at 3:05 on ESPN. We got, for you Red Sox fans out there, Red Sox and Rangers at 4:05 tomorrow. Pitching matchups. I know that Freddie Peralta is facing Carlos Rodon tomorrow. And for the Sox, I believe it's Garrett Crochet against Nathan Eovaldi, I believe. So I'm gonna get the pitching matchups going for you guys. And Pat, opening day I feel like should be like one of those days where it's a national holiday. Because I feel like when it comes to other sports too, when they kick off, but I just feel like opening day is just so much fun.
I agree.
Just kick back and relax. Once I get back from college tomorrow, I'm definitely putting on the game. I'll be back in time too, because it's a 3:05 start. I'll definitely be back in time for that. Sox start at 4, so I'm sure you'll tune into that.
Yep.
What do we got? We got some pitching matchups right here for us. MLB. We are gonna go to the games, scores right now. Let's do it. Scores. Yeah, here we. Oh no, right here. There you go. MLB. Let's go to scores. And me and Pat are about to mention some pitching matchups too. Yep. We got Freddie Peralta and Carlos Rodon tomorrow. And we got for the Orioles and the Blue Jays, we have Zach Eflin against Jose Barrios. Phillies Nationals tomorrow too. Sox Rangers, yes, I was right. Garrett Crochet against Nathan Eovaldi. I was right about that.
Yep.
So, what do you think happens the first games of the year, Pat? Tell us, break it down for us. What do you think's going to happen tomorrow?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think the Sox take their opener, and I think the Yanks take their opener. Final words, Al, before the music.
Yes,
we're running close here.
1:55, So yes, I will. The last 5 minutes will be just music, but yes, I thought I would just mention some MLB. Obviously, save that for last. But yes, I predict the Yanks to take their home opener, and I predict the Sox to get a win on the road. But other than that, thank you for listening to Midday with the Raj. We'll be back next week per usual, Wednesdays from 1 to 2, right here on campus in the Frost Building. Thank you for listening to Midday with the Raj Part 8, and we'll be back next week, same time, same channel. And the last 2 songs will be All the Stars by SZA and Kendrick, clean version, and You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. Thank you and have a great week, everybody.
Peace.